team member, Tenzin Sangmo. Thank you.
No mega Chinese embassy. No mega Chinese embassy. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up.
Steve Reed. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. What do we want? What do we want? No mega China embassy. What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? We reject, we reject.
We reject.
Chinese mega embassy, okay? We reject, we reject. We reject, we reject. Shame, shame. Shame, shame. Shame, shame. No embassy. No Chinese mega embassy. No Chinese mega embassy. No repression at borders. No repression at cross border. No, not here. No repression at cross borders.
Repression cross border.
A very good afternoon to all my brothers and sisters from different diaspora communities, human rights defenders, our supporters, honorable member of parliaments who are here, and politicians, academia, media groups, supporters from all over the UK who are gathered here in large numbers today at this very important rally. On behalf of my Tibetan community in UK, I would like to extend a warm Tachidelek and sincere thank you to all of you for being here, and especially to Kemi, the opposition leader, who took time out for this very important, critical and momentous Bridge the Gap rally, No Mega Embassy, held in the heart of a vibrant city of London. My name is Tenzin Sangmo. I'm the regional coordinator of Tibetan community in the UK. I'm a nurse in NHS, and I came all the way from Bristol today to amplify our voices to ensure they are heard by the Secretary of State for Housing, Communities and Local Government, Mr. Steve Reed, before he made this historical decision on the proposed mega Chinese embassy on 20th of January, just a few days from now. Mr. Reed, your decision to reject this proposal matters most to us today. As a Tibetan, I'm here because I want to tell you that Tibet, my country, has been illegally occupied by the Chinese Communist authoritarian regime since 1959. Tibetans are denied of the fundamental human rights. Our rich cultural heritage has been systematically destroyed. Our religious and worship sites have been demolished. Around 1 million Tibetan innocent children have been forcefully taken away from their parents and placed into Chinese colonial boarding school with the aim to wipe out our rich culture, language, and identity. There is no religious freedom. Our monasteries are under strict Chinese state-controlled surveillance and monitoring. Our history is rewritten. Tibetan language education has been banned in schools. Our cities are flooded with heavy policing and digital surveillance. Every movement and every voice is monitored, questioned, and suppressed. Our singers, writers, artists, and innocent Tibetans are detained, persecuted, and imprisoned merely for singing songs in praise of a spiritual leader, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The Panchen Lama, who was only 6 years old, was forcefully abducted by the Chinese Communist Party and remained disappeared to this day. His whereabouts still unknown. Due to unbearable repression and ongoing cultural genocide, many Tibetans have resorted to the most extreme form of protest, self-immolation, to protest Chinese illegal occupation of Tibet and to call for the return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to Tibet. The situation inside Tibet is worsening. I want to say shame on China. And this list is endless. Shame on China. Shame on China. Shame on China. That is why today I ask, why on earth is our government is being lured by Chinese fancy words and dangerous delusions? I stand here today as a Tibetan and as a British Tibetan to tell the UK government, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and Mr. Steve Reid, open your eyes, open your ears, open your senses. China and the CCP are stretching their legs and their powers and influence far beyond their borders. They are strengthening extraterritorial control through expansionist strategies, and now they are coming to the UK. The mega Chinese embassy would serve as a form of sharp power designed to pierce, penetrate, perforate and undermine our vibrant city, our culture and a democratic political environment through surveillance, interference, intimidation, weakening our legislation system and the legitimacy of our advocacy organizations and hinder their functionality. Across diaspora community stories, and I have evidence, I want to keep them anonymous. There are Chinese embassy officials and their proxies gather informations on activists and community leaders, surveil individuals, intimidate families back in Tibet, exploit cyber vulnerabilities, and silence voices through fear. The same mechanism used to repress Tibetan could easily be applied to wider UK communities, posing a grave threat to human rights, democracy, privacy, and national security on British soil. This proposed mega embassy site, as exposed by the Telegraph, sits close to underground infrastructure carrying sensitive financial data and reportedly includes 208 secret rooms. This is deeply concerning and worrying. It risks becoming a hub for intimidation, espionage, and transnational repression right in the heart of London, a city that claims to stand for freedom. This proposal is extremely concerning and represents a serious threat to our democracy, public safety, human rights, and national security. Let us not repeat these past mistakes again. The residents of Tower Hamlets have spoken loudly and clearly in opposition. If, I say if, the 1.7 billion Stonehenge A303 tunnel project was axed in 2024 due to public opposition, why can't we stop this? If the A27 Arundel bypass was cancelled due to resistance from residents and environmental groups, why can't we? If the northern legs of HS2 rail project were cancelled due to public concern, cost and environmental issues, then why can't we cancel this? This is about national security. This is about fear, espionage. This is about intimidation and transnational repression on our own British soil. This is unacceptable. I live in this country. I pay my taxes. I'm a British Tibetan and I contribute to society, and I expect my government to listen to our voices, to our fears and to our warnings. I urge Mr. Steve Reid to X, reject and say a big clear no to this proposal. Even if Prime Minister Keir Starmer visits China, he must go with pride, carrying British values and principles of democracy and fairness. True leadership means having the courage to say no when it matters the most. The 2018 Boris Johnson's Royal Mint Court deal was a disastrous mistake. Another blunder like Brexit. This proposal must be re-examined and rejected. Finally, I want to thank the MPs who have raised concern in Parliament and stood up to national sovereignty and security. We need more leaders like you. And to our all supporters who are here, I want to say thank you. Because of our grassroots actions and leaders and community strength and solidarity, the opposition to this mega embassy is growing stronger every day. I believe that on 20th of January, Mr. Reid will make the right decision with no excuses and reject this proposal for the good of the nation, for the good of this city, and for the good of our democracy. Democracy means listening to the people, and people say here today, reject it, axis, say no to Chinese big mega embassy. To my dear Tibetans, Uyghurs, Taiwanese, Chinese dissidents, Hong Kongers, Falun Gong practitioners, Southern Mongolians, East Turkestan, and the residents of Tower Hamlet here, never give up. We will fully support the legal challenges and for the judicial review. Until then, we shall never rest. We shall continue to fight until the government change their mind. Thank you very much. Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! A big no to a big Chinese mega embassy. No, no! No, no! No, no! No and never! No and never! No to Chinese mega embassy! No to Chinese mega embassy! Freedom and free Tibet. Thank you.
Hello? Thank you to Tenzin Songmo. I'd like to invite the next speaker, a representative from Reading UK Stands with Hong Kong, Andy Ng. Thank you.